Hello, my name is Caleb Lau, and this is my Bio 282 lab presentation. The goal of this assignment was to find a news story that reported on a scientific research article and analyze both of the articles. The title of the news story that I analyzed was Scientists Discover the First Known Animal That Doesn't Need Oxygen to Survive. And the primary literature article was called A Cnidarian Parasite of Salmon called the Myxozoa Hennegoia Lacks a Mitochondrial Genome. To start off, this news story was published on the USA Today website and was written by a man named Joshua Boat. His reporting stated how there is indeed a unique animal called the Hennegoia salminicola that does not need oxygen in order to survive. And this was worth reporting on because usually only yeast and bacteria can survive without oxygen. And Joshua Boat also explains how this animal does not have mitochondrial DNA. He references another relevant story researched in 2010 that proved another animal that did not need oxygen to breathe, but it was not fully confirmed. And Joshua also reports some background information about H. salmonicola and about how it causes milky flesh and tapioca disease in salmon. And this is also shown in the bottom right picture of the slide. The bottom right corner of the slide, as these fish form these white cysts on the fish's flesh. So like those little white dots are um, the salmonicola. The summary of this primary research article is that the Myxozoa salmonicola lost the mitochondrial genome from living in a hypoxic environment. So hypoxic environment means an environment with very low oxygen, and they used the control variable, which was another closely related parasite called Myxobulus squamellus, to ensure that there was correct proof of a loss of mitochondrial genome function. And they stained the living multicellular developing stages with DAPI in both of these species and found only nuclear staining in the salmonicola and not mitochondria. Instead of the mitochondria, the salmonicola had a mitochondria-related organelle instead, which resembled a mitochondria, and this is shown in the diagram in the top right corner of the screen. So in this picture, instead of the mitochondrion, the one that is present is the one that resembles the mitochondria, but it is more capable of anaerobic ATP generation. And the mtDNA polymerase gene is a pseudogen, which means it has no function because there is a 3-point mutation creating a premature stop codon. And this means that the gene was not expressed. It's not expressed, and aerobic respiration can't function because those genes code for the proteins in the electron transport chain. And as you see in that picture in the bottom right of the screen, that is the process of cellular respiration in the electron transport chain. And each complex is non-functional, so it can't pump those hydrogen protons across into the intermembrane space. And if these complexes aren't working, then oxygen can't be produced. And since the genes that code for the ATP synthase complex were absent, that also affects how oxygen is produced. The accuracy of this report was very accurate and consistent to what the research article proposed and found in their study. It stated the general idea of how the primary research article found that the Salmonella was a parasite that could survive without the need for oxygen. And however, this report by USA Today was not very detailed and did not explain the evidence or data in detail. This can be problematic for the readers who do not have background information of how this organism can survive without oxygen, and some may be skeptical of the reporting if they do not see that there was a credible research done. This can be justifiable for the news report because it is simply a reporting of what the primary research article found, and this was accurate. The news report was very short, simple, and concise, using mostly information from the conclusion part of the research article, and was also credible because it mentioned another study that lacked a proven concept until now. And overall, this news report was accurate to what the primary research article found, but it could have been more detailed for the readers who do not have background knowledge of cellular respiration. these are my final credit rolls. This assignment was for Bio 282, and it was created by me, Caleb Lau.